the 100th episode of the Cinema Snob, I had to choose something notorious, something exploitive, something epic. Controversial certainly helps. And it just so happens that the movie I chose is my favorite film of all time. I'm not even kidding. My favorite film of all time is Tinto Brass's Caligula. Look, special 3-disc edition that I can watch all the time. And special 3-disc edition that I have not taken out of the packaging, because I don't want dust touching my sleeves. But the best has gotta be my ultra-rare double vinyl Caligula soundtrack. Yes, when I want to make sweet, sweet love, I don't put in the movie, I put in Album 1, Side B. My swimmers are having a training montage in my pants. With a movie that combines the qualities of a lush, big-budget studio Roman epic period piece and the kind of exploitation that Joe D'Amato would frequently get sued over, there is no other large-scale piece of high-quality smut exploitation that I could possibly choose over Bob Guccione's Ode to Paganism. And it breaks my heart to snob this movie. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Let's go make fun of my favorite movie of all time.
Myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not.
So, this is fucking Caligula. A big-budget mainstream porno film that screwed its way into worldwide cinemas throughout the late 70s and early 80s. A movie to satisfy the tastes of audiences craving the finest in bestiality and the finest in Shakespearean actors. It's like tracking down Laurence Olivier and asking him to perform the aristocrats joke. But unless you know a little bit about Roman history, odds are you're not even going to get what the title of the movie even means. So let's start with that question. Who in the hell was Caligula?
That's a very good question. Actually, it turns out that Caligula was the third Roman emperor. The name Caligula actually means little soldier's boot. Now, I personally would never name anyone after a little soldier's boot. That's just fucking stupid. Though I did name a child once after a toaster. His name, you might ask? Toaster. I also named a child Condom once, but he was a mistake. A tad ironic when you think about it. So everybody thought that Caligula was going to be an absolutely wonderful king. But he wasn't. He was an ass. He was cruel, extravagant, took place in several sexual perversities. That I'm okay with. And thus, everybody said, we shouldn't have elected that guy. He is a nut. He's got to go. And so, everybody decided to get together and fire him. By killing him very badly. Rome lived happily ever after without any more problems, and the Caesar salad was officially made. That is how Santa Claus got his wings. This is that guy with the glasses saying, why the hell was I here?
Thank you. And I know exactly why you were there. It's so I don't have to sit here anymore and talk about thespian porn. God damn it. Bring on the Roman titties. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean pagan Roman titties. Okay, it's 2 words and 2 dates. I think I'm done with this title card now. Oh yes, that's what I want to see in front of a sex film. Fucking scripture! You know, just because you add a Bible verse to the beginning of something doesn't automatically make it classy. If that were the case, I'd start out all of my episodes like this. See? You get the point. Now let's get back to the fucking movie. Oh shit, it's still at the fucking Bible verse? This verse is on screen so long that I could probably gain enough wealth for its meaning to apply to me. After literally 1 minute of screen time, the title cards cut out. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I know the reputation of this movie. If I want to see sheep fucking, I'll stick with everything you always wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask. Thank you very much. Oh, so the sheep aren't really part of the scene? Way to scare my dick, asshole. That's not being a cock tease. That's being a cock rapist. So in this first scene, we see Malcolm McDowell as Caligula, frolicking with some girl set to the music of... Wait a minute, I know that tune. That's Adagio from the Spartacus Ballet. I guess this is appropriate for those leaving the ballet feeling deprived of sheep and vagina. This looks like they're interpreting what God did when he rested on the 7th day. I'm really glad these two are happy, but I don't know why. Given that this movie was filmed in the 70s, and that's Malcolm McDowell, I can only assume this sequence is going to end with rape. Oh, never mind, the scene just ends. Just cuts away to a Roman coin on its period. What kind of opening sequence is that? That just feels like some kind of lighthearted sex romp from the early 90s.
Tonight on Softly from Cable, we're spotlighting a cautionary tale of greed, lust, and debauchery in ancient Rome. So you may want to cork your asses, because this fist is getting all larded up.
Really? We're really doing Caligula on this show.
It's a classic, Shannon.
Yeah, but I don't think I want to meet the people who get a hard-on from looking at my rack and then finish off to 2 chicks urinating on a corpse.
This is Cinemax, Shannon. We're only showing the R-rated version.
Oh, great. So now I just have to worry about the people who are so desperate they'll even watch the R version of Caligula.
After Caligula introduces himself in narration, we cue in more lifted ballet music. This piece is from Romeo and Juliet, which is a lot like Caligula if you replaced Juliet with 2 lesbians and Romeo with a puddle of urine. What the hell does adapted from an original screenplay mean? Adapted from a screenplay that was probably much better than this film? That's all I can figure. It's funny when a movie is a remake of an original script that wasn't even turned into a movie. Caligula and his lover Drusilla go about frolicking in their bedroom, probably because the smell of the sheep feces got to be too heavy.
He's disgusting.
He's not. He's only large.
Holy crap, her vagina is very poorly dubbed. Drusilla immediately has to hide when they are interrupted by Macro, the head of the Praetorian Guard. But things get awkward when Macro clearly notices Drusilla.
How is Enya?
My wife lives only for the day she can see you again, Prince.
Caligula's a bastard. I know I hate it when other people cheat on my wife. Caligula has gotten the message to meet with his dying grandfather, Emperor Tiberius, on the island of Capri. Okay. When you have a shot that is primarily made of cock, are these statues really necessary? I'd like to think that this is just how Malcolm McDowell gets transported everywhere. Shit, if transportation like that was in my contract, even I would be in fucking Tank Girl. Caligula is led through the halls of Capri, where the off-camera extras seem to be going through more torture than the audience.
Well, that's good. 7 of my colleagues in the Senate have been put to death for treason. 9, to be exact. 5 of them cheated. They killed themselves. That wasn't playing fair.
I think we're just overhearing the producer's S&M session.
Caligula!
Wow, so if Peter O'Toole's liver could take human form, this is probably what it would look like. When the camera isn't randomly cutting to cocks and vaginas for no reason whatsoever, we see that Peter O'Toole is the Emperor Tiberius, and is enjoying an afternoon in the swimming pool with his little fishes. No, seriously, that's what he calls his naked mascots in this film. His little fishes. What, you want to see some more? Let's look at this other clip.
Dear little fishes, drink with me. Do my little fishes please you, Nero?
See? Boy, the quality of the movie sure as shit decreased. Hey, dipshit, that's not Caligula. That's Bruno Mattei's Caligula reincarnated as Nero. It's 1 part movie, 2 parts stock footage, and just a teaspoon of liquefied methane.
Just a teaspoon?
We don't want the movie to make the audience sick.
Too late. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Peter O'Toole performance in this movie is really weird, and unlike anything I've seen in my life. Sure, you've seen plenty of drunk performances in your days, but this is the kind of rare acting you get when you chain smoke marijuana and chug a barrel full of Johnny Walker.
Oh, dance for me. Delight me. Dance!
I assume that back in those days, O'Toole himself just made people dance that crazy dance. Okay. Just because there's an organ on the soundtrack doesn't mean you actually have to show us an organ. Since Tiberius's robe is soaked with the finest in Roman vodka, he changes clothes. Well, that's a ridiculous magic trick. You can do anything behind those curtains if you just randomly cut to an extra's penis. I think my favorite O'Toole parts in this movie are when he just yells for no reason whatsoever. Was he talking to the actors or his on-set assistant? Either way, it awkwardly made it into the movie.
You are a god, Lord.
No, I'm not. Not even when I am dead.
Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. They are gods.
Yes, they were gods, and they also had better movies made about them. Well, what's a day of binge acting without a little slapstick? Interesting how this movie turns Claudius into Fatty Arbuckle. Okay, before I go any further into Tiberius's grotto here, let's just see how many tits and cocks I have to black box from this blurry still shot. Oh good, it sounded like I got an extra life there. Just like I'm sure that another life was created in the filming of that shot. Tiberius and Caligula catch one of the guards drunk on the job, and let's just say it's a little more graphic than if this were to happen to Homer Simpson. What the hell is this lady smirking for? That's nice when you get judged by someone whose job it is to get titty fucked by a wooden cock all day long. What follows is a sequence where Tiberius takes Caligula on a tour of his palace of nymphomaniacs. And there is so much here that I can't show. So much that I can't show. So don't get mad at me if I can't show you the hermaphrodite with a penis growing out of her vagina. Because apparently that's how that works.
More conviction!
Yes, more conviction. For those of you who don't know, that's Tiberius telling them not to start fucking, but to fuck harder. Oh, now you can't stick an entire pole up there. Can you really make a feather wheel like that? You know, a Roman sex swing looks like a really inconvenient way to get a blowjob. Is that a fucking snake? And every now and then it just cuts to the Chicago Bulls mascot out of nowhere. Given that his horns are in plain sight, I am a little terrified to ask what's going on behind that curtain. Are they fucking line dancing up there? If you think that's weird, wait till it gets to the literally freaky section. What's this, a guy with 4 legs? That could come in handy if you really have a gooch fetish. Ugh, 4-handed freaks? Oh, great, so I can get a hand job while getting my belly rubbed with the same arm. Oh, 3-eyed lady? Could come in handy if you need one eyeball to stare at each individual tit from Total Recall. Oh yeah, and it also shows a man with an ass on his stomach getting a rim job. Just in case you're a shit-eater who complains that your feces doesn't have enough lint in it. Oh, thank God, we're back at the torture scene. Have you given him more wine? What the hell? I meant a glass of wine. What in Jupiter's name are you doing to this man? Must have been a good year.
Greetings, Cinema Snob.
The hell?
It is I, Caligula, 4th Emperor of Rome. I've just come from nominating my horse's senator, and my horse's cock is the head of the Praetorian Guard. Yes, they laughed at my ideas, but let's see them laugh when I'm balls deep inside their wives. All of them I will turn into Rome's most expensive of whores.
No, please. I want to see where you're going with this.
Bow down before me. I am every man as I am no man, and so therefore I am a god. Watch as I make sweet love to both my sister and my prostitute wife, who used to have sex for money, you know.
Okay, so you expect me to believe that Caligula, who died in the year 41 AD, has resurrected in modern times only to acquire technology to hack directly into my video feed.
I am Caligula! I have been reincarnated several times. Once as Nero, and again as Hitler. My consul's name is Longinus. Yes, probably a very good joke in there somewhere, but I'm a little rusty. My speechwriters have been dead for nearly 2,000 years.
Dude, your green screen just went out. I can see it right behind you. You're not even trying. You could have picked, I don't know, a park or some kind of tree to stand in front of.
Trees? I've ordered them all chopped down to provide massive stilts for the naked and well hung.
What?
Okay, I give up. I got nothing else, man.
How have you been, Spoonie?
Been doing pretty well. I did my Deadliest Warrior not long ago, and I've been killing time since then watching some Beastmaster movies.
Mark Singer. That's a way to kill an afternoon.
I want to get a bunch of ferrets so I can, have them steal shit and bring it to me.
Don't we all?
So, how have you been?
I watch porn for a living.
Well, have fun with that. If you'll excuse me, I've got to go put on my Bi-Beast costume and go interrupt Linkara's video.
See ya, buddy.
Now that the guard torturing and the stilted sex party are over with, we can finally get down to some Roman business.
I, Tiberius Caesar, command in the name of the Senate and the people of Rome.
I think we've just seen the first of many drunk Tiberius blackout faces.
The Senate is the natural enemy of any Caesar, little boots. Remember that. Traitors, look at them.
Oh, that's how I want to go out. I want to have my body wrapped in a cocoon by the spider from the end of Stephen King's It.
And your sister, Drusilla.
My sister is my sister, Lord.
I know everything that is said and done.
I thought
Yeah, sister. Wait a minute. Sister Drusilla? That girl from earlier in the movie? Ew.
You know, you could have established earlier in the movie that that's his fucking sister. I wish I had known that the sequence I've beat off to 3 times now is fucking incest porn. And yet, so far, it's the most normal thing in this fucking movie. Tiberius introduces to the movie Caligula's cousin Gemellus, or Michael Cera.
I am your grandson too, Caesar.
By adoption. This is the last flesh of my flesh.
Ha! My grandfather used to say the same thing to me every Thanksgiving.
Brother kills a brother. Was killed his father. Was killed his son. Fate.
Wait. Take that back a bit.
Ha! Fourth wall breaking, busted. He's so fucking blitzed right now, I'm not sure he knows that he's in a fucking movie. The scene after this is really confusing. We cut to Caligula in bed with his sister, but he left his sister in Rome. And you can tell that this is the same set from earlier in the movie, so he made the trip back to snuggle with his sister, even though 1 minute later he's back in Capri, shaving his beard because he has become a man, except that in the opening scene his beard was shaved.
If you ask me, this movie is as hastily put together as Stomach Ass Man.
Though I guess there's some important stuff in these scenes. We find out that Caligula is afraid of ravens, I guess because they can hum Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. Also, it looks like Macro's wife Enya did incredibly well at her Cleopatra auditions. Disaster strikes when Tiberius's oldest friend Nerva, played by Sir Why the Hell Is He in This, has slashed his own wrists and lays dying.
You will respect my friend always, won't you, reptile?
I've always respected him, Lord.
Well, that's because you have yet to see his cameo in Arthur 2 on the Rocks.
At least this means that Tiberius can give his friend one more drunk face.
You're cruel!
Oh, great. That puke is really gonna infect his wrist wounds.
Wonder Twin powers deactivate, old friend. After Tiberius leaves, Caligula takes this as a golden opportunity to get secondhand knowledge of the afterlife.
Do you see her?
Who?
The goddess, Isis.
So you're one of those who believe...
Do you see her?
No.
Wait, I see her. She's standing on a cliff, and now she's flying through the air and using her powers against a crooked real estate agent.
So the next morning at Capri...
Greetings, Cinema Snob! I am Caligula! I invented a machine that decapitates Roman traitors and feeds their balls to the palace dogs! For I am the descendant of the god Jupiter, an offspring of...
Spoonie beat you to it.
Oh, fuck my cock!
The next morning at Capri... Wait a minute, was that a fucking rooster I just heard?
What are they, next to Old MacDonald's farm? Doesn't this movie already have enough cock?
Caligula stands and watches over slaves bathing in blood while thinking about what possibly goes on in Mel Gibson's on-set trailers. He then gets word of Tiberius's continuing frailty.
How long will he last?
Well, it could happen any moment, but with care, he might last a year or so.
Well, if Fred Penner says he could last a year, then we better get on this and kill him right away. At first, Caligula thinks Tiberius is dead, prompting him to remove the imperial ring with more unnecessary slapstick. After Tiberius wakes up, Macro comes in to finish the job. And you know Macro is the one that Caligula can trust, since Macro has already promised his wife to Caligula, and he went through the Mr. Joshua fire test of loyalty. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that in Roman times, mesh worked like plastic. I know it's around his throat too, but this still looks hilarious.
Gemellus, we are alone. We must love each other.
You will be the first one that I fist. Caligula is sworn in during a simultaneous inauguration and funeral ceremony. Ha! Jesus, even in death he makes the drunk face.
Caesar. Caesar. Emperor of Rome. Lord of the world.
Lord of the world. I like this dream.
Well, I don't like this dream. In fact, I consider it to be a nightmare. You know, like Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Not because that movie is about nightmares, but because that movie also sucks.
Caligula takes the stage for his big speech to the masses.
At the...
Ah, great, he's already fucked it up. You may have freed the stomach-ass slaves, but everyone is gonna remember the speech cough.
Caligula asks Drusilla to bring out an onion to give the impression he's crying, as if remembering any of the imagery in this film isn't enough to make him cry.
When our beloved Tiberius was dying,
To the Tiber with Tiberius!
Bring Conan back!
Caesar, Caligula.
take place down there.
I mean, consul.
You know, it's funny when you see one historical piece that paints Claudius in a noble light, and another which paints him like a hybrid of both Laurel and Hardy.
I'm just happy I get to watch one whole scene that I don't have to black box. Well, I guess I could put in a black box, just for the hell of it.
Stop! Stop! Look, I don't know how this is possible, but I've just received a video message from the Bi-Beast. All of Earth has approximately 60 seconds left until we're all blown right into the moons of Jupiter. And well, before we die, there's something I always wanted to say to you.
Okay, what?
I like your old set better.
Me too.
Immediately, Caligula's paranoia begins to set in as he devises a master plan to get rid of Macro.
But Caesar, that's not possible. All things that happen are possible. Longinus, make the impossible happen and it will be possible.
I'm sorry, his name is what?
Longinus, you here.
Yes, Caesar.
Longinus? Oh, that's perfect. Longinus, why don't you come stand here next to Clitzia and Testicles?
Caligula gets Gemellus to rat out Father Carus from The Exorcist, thus making Kyria the new head of the Praetorian Guard. Wait a minute, I know this guy. Why does the word mangia come to my mind?
Because this movie isn't gross enough. It needs a direct link with Sallow.
Well, as long as we keep feces and the mouths of children away from this guy, we should be fine. With Macro gone, Caligula seizes the opportunity to be rid of Enya, after taking a leak first.
I would yell about that being completely unnecessary, but I've taken 5 craps in my pants since I started watching this movie. The smell overrides the foul stench coming from this movie.
Kyria, she's to be banished.
I love you.
To Gaul.
Banishment? Just banishment? Well, she's getting off easy, and believe me, in Caligula, getting off easy is no easy task.
With Enya gone, Caligula is reminded by his sister that he still needs to find a suitable wife.
Yes.
During this movie, I've seen sex toys hammered into women's vaginas. The incest is not shocking me anymore.
Drusilla brings Caligula to the Temple of Isis, which is being run by penthouse pets, apparently. The decision to pick a queen becomes rather easy, because the queen is actually there.
Helen Mirren contains so much hotness that she can even spring a boner in Caligula.
Oh no, not Caesonia. She's the most promiscuous woman in Rome.
The most promiscuous woman in Rome? That's kind of like saying the cheapest hooker in Vegas. Expensive, cheap, either way, you're leaving this town with genital warts.
Before the two can even exchange words with each other, they must go through the imperial tradition of cutting the lady's neck and sucking her blood?
What the fuck, is this a vampire movie all of a sudden? And that looked to be a really rusty knife. I do not want to know what that blood tastes like. Hello, and on this Brad Tries, we're doing blood. That's right, just blood. Blood. Energy drink. Gives you up to 4 hours of energy, and as it says here, is perfect for both humans and vampires. Nowadays, that's kind of a redundant thing to say. But this isn't just any old blood. No. It takes some preparation. First, you twist off the blood cap. Then you pour the blood into a microwave-safe cup. Microwave on high for 14 seconds, which feels like a long time when you're waiting for some delicious blood. And once you hear that ring, take your blood out and prepare to serve. And now we're ready to have some blood. It's okay, but why does it have to be warm? Why does it have to be heated up? It'd be like if I went and heated up a thing of Hawaiian punch. What's the point of that? This would be alright if it was cold. And it does have a weird bone marrow aftertaste. This is the kind of blood that Dracula 2000 would drink.
This is actually kind of a sexy love scene, which is a rare feat in this movie. I actually feel like I should... Oh, what the fuck? Head chopping? That's what you're cutting to?
That machine did not exist!
Instead of an engagement ring, Caesonia gets a rope around her neck. That's rather sexist there, movie.
Longinus? Caesar.
Will you stop calling him that?
Everyone has fun throwing fruit at Macro's head and the plaster heads that mostly make up this field. Is the twist of this movie that everyone is super tiny and it takes place in someone's backyard, with that machine being the lawnmower?
Because that would make this movie kind of genius. Otherwise, that machine's involvement with this movie is really fucking stupid.
Hey, Cinema Snob.
Hi?
I'm Caligula.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah, pretty much. Just, but you know, I'm Caligula and all.
No funny jokes or anything?
Funny jokes? What funny jokes? You're talking to the 4th Roman Emperor. Isn't that impressive enough as it is? Why do I have to make you laugh, you putz?
Okay, fine. Nice meeting you, Caligula.
Yeah, see you.
Now with Caligula's engagement, he must spread the love to everyone he knows, so they attend the wedding of Roman guard Proculus. I think that penis cake has been delivered to the wrong wedding, because clearly it should go to Penis Hair from Last Airbender. But all of this is just a setup for the worst wedding gift ever.
I thought you didn't like virgins.
I've never known any. That is correct, Caesonia?
Because my wife is a whore.
Okay, in a movie of notorious scenes, this may actually be the most notorious scene.
It's hard for me to actually break this scene down comedically, so I'll just show you this. And this. And this. Scene!
Trivia note, McDowell actually ad-libbed the bit with the flower, and it is kind of amazing watching the gears work in his head, as it hits him to do that to this actor. I think it was right about here. Yep, that's the look of a man who has the bright idea to stick a flower in a guy's ass.
And that's where we leave off with Caligula for today. With the fisting scene. Yep, fisting. If that doesn't bring people back for the second part of the episode, nothing will. In fact, I'll just spoil it for you right now.
Proculus the Fisty dies in the second part.
So if you liked the fisting scene and you want to see more, stay tuned.
I wonder what I should wear.